About 2 months ago, I took in a mother and her 8-month-old son. And as a part of the intake, we asked them who we can put down as their emergency contact. And she looked at me and shrugged her shoulders and said, "No one?" And I said, "Really, no one?" And she said, "Well," she said, "you could put my grandma down, but she lives way up near Bemidji, Minnesota, and she doesn't drive. But she's the one who raised me." Well, about 3 weeks ago, this same woman came to my office, and I knew she was usually during that time frame at work, and I could tell something was the matter. And I said, "What's the matter?" And she started crying, and she said she got a call at work saying that her grandmother had died of a heart attack. And I can't tell you how I felt her aloneness in that process and how attached she was to her grandmother. Well, the day of the funeral, a friend of hers was driving her all the way to Bemidji, and I stopped in to see her and give her a hug and say goodbye and wished her well on her journey. And I handed her a Subway card of $20 that someone generously had donated to Domus. And I said, "Treat you and your friend who's taking you to Subway." And she gave me a hug and she said, "Thank you." About a week ago, I was in my office on a Saturday and I was working on a project, and she asked me what I was doing here. And I told her I was writing a story for Domus. And I asked her, I said, "So what do you like about Domus?" And she looked at me and she said, immediately said, "Well, Domus gives me hope." She said, "I was a druggie and I wasn't going to make it," she said, and she said, "Domus just really gives me hope." She says, "The other thing is Domus gives me a lot of support." She said, "Lana, you know, the day of the funeral when you came in and you gave me that Subway card," she said, "that really meant a lot." And she said, "I, felt like I was going to go back to using, but I knew how important it was that my grandma had a lot of faith in me and my sobriety and coming here at Domus, and she was so proud that I had turned my life around." She said, and then the Subway card, she said, was really helpful, and we stopped for a sandwich on the way home. And then she paused and she said, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you." She said there was $6 left on the card, and the next day I was riding the bus and I've seen this woman before and I know she's homeless. She said, "I gave her the rest of the Subway card. I hope you don't mind." And I told her, "I don't mind at all."